Okay, sorry I start for 30 minutes. Dekat ni je actually, depan rumah saja, right? But bad time, should have come back earlier lah, right? Should have come back earlier. Okay, so sorry, ini je yang sempat bagi. This is the one that I managed to give lah, right? And because I already have this question inside my phone, because I was working on it, and then I kelas bagilah, alright, bagi exercise a little bit. I think some of the questions, actually this is most of the questions. This is actually, I was doing SLDN kan. I don't know how many times already I told you guys kan. I was doing SLDN with Faiz and Walid and Amirul, there's another person. So this is the kind of questions that this is their practice exam, not their exam paper. This is your practice exam, all right? So this is the kind of questions that they get, all right, to validate the knowledge of mobile app. All right? So some of it, I think, just now also masa jam, I was checking the questions. Sorry, I was checking. If you notice, right, it's very simple. It's not like it's very simple. Because it's coming from the slide that I shared, right? So if you see almost everything is coming from the slide that I share with you, all right? So the answer for this, I think I share this, right? I share this slide with you guys, all right? The answer of all this question is inside the slide. So I don't want to, as we are answering the questions, all right? As we are answering the questions, we will also take notes, right, of all the things, right, that mana tahu kan, who knows, right? You want to get certified or something. So these are some of the questions that might come out, right? So what is the first question, all right? What is the name of the IDE to develop an application in iOS? So we take notes of the topic. So IDE for mobile development, right? So this is the thing, that's one of the things that's being asked inside the exam. All right, so this one, right, if you have a look at my slide, all right, it's empat, actually tadi I tak cakap pun, if you want to open slide also can, the real exam cannot lah, all right, but this one can, all right. So if you open, all right, so we have Xcode, all right, for iOS development, all right, so Xcode for iOS development. And then we have Android Studio, all right, Android Studio for Android. And then we have Visual Studio Code, all right, Visual Studio Code for React Native and also for Ionic, all right. So I want to stop there a little bit. So I should have add this somewhere over here, all right. All right, Android Studio and Android Emulator, right? So I want to stop here a little bit, all right? I want to show you Android Studio a little bit. So Android Studio. Okay, so this software, all right, so the question, all right, is talking about iOS kan, all right, if I change the questions, what is the IDE to develop in Flutter, all right, so in Flutter, both can, all right, Android Studio and Visual Studio Code also can, right? So these are the IDE, right, for actually React, Ionic Sublime also can, Actually, whatever that Visual Studio can, normally Sublime can lah, right? But what I put there is the recommended one. Okay, so these are the IDE, right? These are the IDE. As I mentioned, or as I explained, we will do this 3 weeks, right? We will do React Native 3 weeks, and then we will do another 3 weeks. We will do Flutter. And then the last week we will do Firebase, right, with Flutter, something like that. I think you have more class now, because now the format changed. Friday is a class, right? So the format changed. Friday is a class. So you have 12 hours of class. Last time you have 8 hours class, right? So Now Friday is a class plus tutorial lah, right? Just like what you did last week kan, the class. But you have me 100%. You are lucky lah, right? You're lucky. So for this one, all right. Nanti minggu on the fourth week, right? 1, 2, 3. You need to install Android Studio. So we will spend one of the day to install Android Studio. Okay? The problem with Android Studio is that it has a very high requirement, right? It has a very high system requirement. So I share with you the system requirement for Android Studio, right? So I need you to check with your PC. So I think almost everyone is on Windows, right? So you check with your Windows, make sure that you fulfill that requirement. Dekat sini kan they put 8, but trust me, it's not 8. At least have to be 12 or 16. Right? So if you think that you punya Windows, for example, ngam-ngam, I only have 8 lah, or you have 4, or 4 or 8. So unfortunately for Flutter, there is no choice. We need it to be 8 and or above, right? Or 12. There are two ways. Either you upgrade your RAM, or either you upgrade or if it's 4, no choice. You have to upgrade your RAM. Another thing is you have to have a mobile device with you. You have to have a mobile device with you. So if you ngam-ngam 8, you have to have an Android phone with you to test the app. Right, so that's for week 4. Right, for week. I tell you now because kalau kena beli RAM or something kan, actually depends lah how serious you are with mobile app development. Right, so if you are serious, have to invest a little bit lah. Have to invest a little bit for the RAM. So that's for Android Studio. So why we were here, because we're talking about the IDE stuff. Right, so that's one topic that we might ask, right, on SLD and exam, right? So this is the question that being asked for the SLD and exam. Number 2, a company would like to create an application to distribute internally without access to public. Which Apple account does the company need? Or I think the answer also is inside the slide, right? It's just that actually tadi pun I think kita lalu cepat hari tu. Alright, we went through very quickly last time because of my internet, not because of my cable missing last time. Actually it's missing tau. It's not that I left it at home. It was missing. But I found out I traced back where I left it, right? So we have 2 developer accounts. The first one is developer account for Google Play, right? It's $25 per lifetime. Number 2 is developer account for Apple, right? Apple is $99 per year, right? One is per lifetime. Question ni pun one is per lifetime. Google Play is per lifetime. This one is per year. And then ada 4 jenis. Alright. So the first one is iOS developer individual. The second one is iOS developer company. The third one is iOS enterprise. Number 4 is university. Right. So that's 4. So this question is also going to be asked. So I will just put here. The topic. Right. That this is for if you want to get certification. So this one, the topic that they ask is about Apple and Google Play account. So the example that they give is Apple. So they could ask for Google Play account as well, right? Or different account available. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go one by one. Last time we didn't go through in detail. Now it's time to go through in detail a little bit. Individual, all right. Apple individual account means I want to submit the app for myself. All right, I'm Wan Muzaffar. All right, I want to submit the app under Wan Muzaffar name. All right, so that's individual. So I want to submit as my name. Number 2 is company. All right. So I'm Wan Muzaffar, but I want to submit it under my company name. Right. BAC Education. Sendirian Berhad. Right. So I want to. So I cannot do individual. I have to get the company account. So if you say what is the difference? The difference here is you need a DUNS number. Right, so if you want to submit the app under a company, you need a DUNS number. What is a DUNS number? A DUNS number is actually like SSM. It is exactly like SSM, but from the US company. So there is this organization which is called Duns and Bradstreet, Duns or Duns and Bradstreet, Duns and Bradstreet. All right. They are the one who's going to create the DUNS number for you or for your company. All right. So what they will ask, they will ask SSM. Right. Basically, they will, okay, you want the DNS number, give me your SSM. All right. From the SSM, so they will validate lah. All right. They will do SSM search and everything, and then they will give you a number. That number will allow you to create a developer account. All right. So that's the process that you need in case you are building it for your company or for your client. All right. So let's say that you're working with client. That client wants, all right, I want the app to be distributed under our company. So you need to know that the client need to have this DNS number, and then you need to register them into a company program. All right. And then there's another program. So I think the question is distributed internally. So for that one, the answer is number 3 lah, right? In iOS developer program for enterprise. All right. So over there, all right, over there it's written there. The keyword is, one is for distribution on the App Store. Another one is for creating proprietary in-house app, right? So distribute instantly, right? So it's not this one, it's the one. So the pricing is a bit different, right? It's going to be $299 USD per year. All right, $299 USD per year. All right. So what is the difference? Right? So I like to use McDonald's as an example. Right. I like to use. I think that's closest to us. So if you go to McDonald's, right, you enter McDonald's, right, you have this Mac value. I'm not sure how many of you have. The app also is quite buggy. Right? That's an example of hybrid app. All right. I think McDonald's app is either hybrid. McDonald's app is either using Ionic or it's a PWA. All right. So we saw that last week as well. Even the star also was 2.4. All right. So when you have this Mac value app as a customer, all right, you download the app, you get points from it. All right, you get points from it, and then you can also order from it and everything. Right. So when the app is customer facing, then it's you need this 99 USD account. Oh, I think now I was downloading McDonald's as well. I think they improved a little bit. Last time it was very bad. Right. Okay, then as you enter McDonald's, right? Then you see now everyone is ordering from there, right? So there is a big screen and everything. So let's say that you want to create that big screen app. You want to create that big screen app. You want to put it on the Apple TV. Let's say actually, our company, if any of you take Firefly, kan nak cakap kan, I do website for Firefly. So our previous project, the project of my previous company as well, is actually the check-in though, right? If you go to Firefly, there's a check-in kiosk. Macam MAS kan, MAS has check-in kiosk. Firefly also has a check-in kiosk. The check-in kiosk was 100% built using Android. Right, Android development. It's not a special language or something. We're actually doing mobile app development, and then we put it on tablet. Right, nampak je, right? So we put it on a kiosk, but actually on top of it we put a tablet. Right, a cheap tablet. Right. So I don't know. Maybe McDonald's also like that. Then maybe it's an Apple TV kat belakang or something, right? So and then you do iOS development on it, right? So you order dekat belakang, all right? There is somebody who get a tablet, or somebody has an iPad, all right? And then inside the iPad we'll get an order, kan? And then the order in, they check, right? The report, and then it goes to the accounting system. So this is what we call an internal application. I want to use it within the company, but I don't want the public to use it, right? So that's what we call internal application, right? So that's the one that you need 289. If you remember, right, I'm not sure, anyone try Grab? I didn't register myself as a Grab driver, but last time I used to register myself as Uber driver. So when you become a Uber driver, all right, when you become Uber driver, when Uber was here, then you are part of the company lah, right? So then you saw the Uber apps on App Store, and then Uber also will send you, right? Uber also will send you a driver app, all right? So that's a driver app is actually considered as an enterprise app by Uber or Uber. I think Grab also is the same. Yeah, I think Grab also is the same. Because I'm not sure. You just open the App Store kan, you tengok ada tak Grab driver, right? But Uber did it like that, right? They pay the 299 USD. All right, so that's a different accounts that are available. So for this question, so these are the questions that they're going to validate for the certificate as well for SLDN. Okay, number 3. This one you have not done, right? But it's okay. We will see it on entrepreneur. You have not done, but you have done the wrong answer, right? The wrong answer, right? Hosting an API using server stack, for example, LAMP or MinStack, is actually the role of Heroku. All right, so that's the role of Heroku. So somewhere on week 7, all right, somewhere on week 7, you're going to be introduced to Firebase. So I will just share a little bit with you, right, where you can get the answer, right, in case you are curious. So this is Firebase. Firebase, you have a lot of things that you can do, especially if you want to build mobile app. All right. So if you want to build mobile app, without building the back end, all right, without building the back end, which is the module tu kan. So normally you can use Firebase for it, right? So all the Firebase services you can get it here. You can get it here, right? But we will go through in detail on week 7, right? Week 6, 7. So for question, this one, right? The answer is D. The answer is D. Okay, tak payah dah. Alright, which of the following is not a mobile application framework? So confirm lah, React Native and Xamarin. So I just put there React.js to confuse you guys, and and then I just put something, right? But I'm not sure you Google ke you tak Google what you think of the questions. So if you have PC in front of you, then senang lah, you just Google native script, and then you will see, oh, native script is actually open source to the mobile app. Oh, okay, all right. So but imagine you have to answer all this without Googling, right? So you can use it without Googling. So if you answer it without Googling, then susah. You have to, is it React.js or native script? But you are clear. React.js is the React to build a website. React Native is the React to build mobile app. All right. Although last week we do React.js exercise, is the same thing. But if there's a React.js, it's for website. React Native is for app. But the language actually is almost the same language. 80% is the same concept and language. Right. So that's it. Native script is something that's dying as well. All right. Right. At the end, right. So you see, so it's taken over by me. All right. So it's dying, right? But I just put it there, so to confuse the student, right? To confuse the student. So Firebase is can be used, or is scalable, right? Firebase is scalable, but you have to pay, right? I think in the end you have to pay, right? So I think cost effective also. That's where you have to calculate, lah. Right, because normally if you do something Firebase, normally it's more expensive than you host it yourself. Oh, the more things you can do, all right, the more things you can do, normally it's going to be more expensive, right? So if I'm not mistaken, I think I did the calculation, right? Firebase will be slightly expensive rather than you host it yourself. Okay, next question. in mobile app development, which of the way is to save data remotely? All right, so this one, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, we went through this on the last before my battery died. I think we went through this. All right, I'm not sure, all right, if you remember or not, which is the last page. This page, all right, this page. So is there everything that is there? This is retrieving data from internet, right, using API, get post API with header, right? So the answer is there, right? So API is to get data remotely, and then to store data locally, right? So this is the way to store data locally, right? So I can put there. Just now we have one question on Firebase knowledge a little bit, right? Knowledge. And then there's another questions on storing data, all right? Storing data locally and remotely, all right? So these are some of the topic that's going to be they covered in SLDM. In case you want to certify, you want to take the exam, in case you want to take the exam. Okay. Which of the following is an example of state management in mobile application development? All right, so this one, there's no way for you to do it. All right, there is no way for you to know it. The answer is provider. All right, the answer is provider. Because we have not done it. All right, we have not done it. If we have time, we will do. I think we will do it. Because we have a lot of time, I think we'll do it. So provider is actually an example of Firebase state management. And you have another one. I think you mesti dengar Redux. Not that I say that you mesti dengar, right? Because when you do freecodecamp, right? This one also we are going to do it together. When we do freecodecamp, right? When we do last time we did this part, right? Last time we did the React part. Okay. And then if we go down, all right, there's another one, React and there's Redux. After that, React and Redux. So Redux, React, Redux provider. There's another one is actually what we call state management. We will do it together. All right, when the day arrives, we will do it together. So this is a knowledge question. This is a knowledge question. All right, which of the following is an example of a package name of an application? This one we have not done it yet, but yeah, I should have done it with you, right? I should have done it with you, but normally I will do it. I really told you, right? There's another part where we do class. We're talking about business model and submission, right? Normally I cover it there, right, on business model and submission, but I can explain now, or so that you understand the answer, right? So if you go to Google Play, all right, if you go to Google Play, right, let's say that I want to look for my Anak to You app, but actually something happened, system, right? So something goes wrong with system. I think we got bad review recently. Tak ada siapa yang should be going to mudah to taskar review. Okay lah, okay. So I think we got bad review, not bad review lah, right? Because our system down. And then we had bad review recently, right? But all right, you see here, all right, there is this thing, right? So every website will have this. All right, every app will have this. Every app will have this. This is like the IC or ID of a mobile app. Okay, right, so every app or website will have it. Okay, so this is what we call a package name. All right, it's package name. Package name is like IC, macam IC, identifier of an application. All right. So how does it formatted? It's formatted by your website. All right. Let's say that my website is anaktoyou.com.my. So your website address terbalikkan. This is what we call reverse DNS, and then .application name. Right. So in this case, my.com.anaktoyou.parent app. All right. So this one, the answer is C. All right. So I will put a submission. All right. Submission, which include package ID. Right. Package ID. Adalah. And this one we will do together until the day will arrive. We will do together. Okay, so this one we have done together as well. This one we have. Which of the following is a native mobile application language? Well, first of all, Ionic, React Native, and Native Script is not a language, it's a framework. All right, it will be more confusing if I put Go, JavaScript there, right? So the only language is actually Kotlin. Right? Let's say that I should have put Go lah. Right? I should have put Dart, Kotlin, JavaScript, and .NET. .NET for example, and that's a language. C#, alright, C#. That's a language. So this one is actually a framework. All right, this is actually a language, right? So the answer is very obvious. The answer is B, right? So this one is part of hybrid versus hybrid, all right? Cross-platform, cross-platform versus native. All right. Which of the following is correct for Ionic? Hari tu I suruh tak buka MySejahtera? Did I told you about MySejahtera? Kan? Did I told you about MySejahtera app which is built using Ionic? Alright, so actually MySejahtera app is actually built using Ionic. I'm not sure kita sempat buat ke tak this one because I was rushing because of the battery last time. So MySejahtera is actually an app that is built using Ionic. Alright, why? Alright, why? We have learned about why and everything last time. The reason is because it needs to be created fast. It's a pandemic. It happens. I need it to be developed as fast as possible. As you see last time. Alright, if you develop on native, it's going to take some time. Hybrid it will be so if you do cross-platform, it will be faster. So among the cross-platform, the easiest one is actually Ionic. Right? Actually, right, if you know KPI Soft, the company who built it, so we do a KPI Soft app, man. KPI Soft. And we just and then we go to images, you can see that they already have a template. All right. See, this is your MySejahtera what? All right, they already have a template. Okay, sorry. So yeah, this is a template, and then they do ni. Alright, so Ionic is the easiest one. Alright, Ionic is the easiest one. Pakai template pun boleh. And then I pun macam I tak tipu lah. Sometimes you just go to You just go to Code Canyon kan? Code Canyon Ionic template. Can I see? It's a lot of templates. You can just buy it. Alright, you can just buy it, and then you can use it, and then you can create an app. Within 1 week. All right, but the reason is I don't teach it because it's too easy. All right, you can learn it once you do React Native, and you do it, you can surely do Ionic by yourself. All right, so that's Ionic. Yeah, it's actually you can use template. It's a website. Right, it's not like React Native. It's a website. All right, that's going to be loaded inside a web view. All right, so essentially the code is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So the answer is B lah, right? So B. All right, it's actually a website that is loaded inside a browser inside an app. All right, yeah, there is the app. It open browser, and then after it open browser, and then the website will appear. That's Ionic. Sebab tu when you open MySejahtera, now you pay attention. I'm not sure if I told you this or not. You buka MySejahtera kan, and then you tengok dia putih. All right, there is like 1 split second white. The reason why there is a 1 split second of white is because it's loading the website. If we load a website, dia mesti macam putih sekejap. It's trying to do something. So that's the reason. If you open, you pay attention. You buka MySejahtera, you will see putih lah kejap. Alright. You won't see it in other app because the other app is using React Native or Flutter. But if you do Ionic, then that's what happened. Right, but it's the easiest one. Yeah. So this one, cross-platform versus native. Right, this one is Ionic. Ionic versus Flutter also they will ask Ionic versus Flutter versus React Native. Right, it is part of within, so it's the concept as well. And finally, I think this one is which of the following is correct for cross-platform development? So for cross-platform development, developer might spend more time debugging and resolving issue compared to native development, right? So silap. Compared to native development due to its complexity and immaturity, right? So that's number. The answer is sorry, typo. I pun tak baca benda ni. I don't proofread it. Now I proofread it. Now it's actually compared to native. Okay, so this is basically what we did in the first class. All right, which you see that 70% of it is actually going to be this. Just now, if you miss the first part, actually this is the practice question that we did with our old friends. All right, for their exam, because they are taking exam to get certificate. Not certificate yalah, CU is part of certificate to get to validate one module, which is mobile module. So mobile module will ask them this kind of questions, right? For their theory part. They have theory and they have practical exam as well. The hardest one is practical, right? This is just to give markah kesian lah, markah kesian. But these are all the topics that's going to be asked. All right, any questions? So I'll put there the topics. So in case in the future, because as I mentioned last time during the last class, actually I had the meeting with Kementerian Pembangunan Manusia. They said that there will be a new budget, right? Just in case in the future there's a new budget. And if you're interested, then you know, right? These are the topic that's going to be asked for the mobile app exam part. Any question? Okay, so if you have no questions, actually, I was late a little bit, but let's give some time for me and Diana to pray sembahyang kejap. I think 15 minutes I had 15 minutes. Sure, because I was late kan. Kita just ni so tadi sampai pun maghrib, so just give some time for us to maghrib kejap. You guys get a drink, apa-apa, order something first, and then kita jumpa balik jam 8. Then we will continue our React Native class. Okay, if you have any question, you can just PM me as well. Okay. All right, so I shared with you a chapter from my workbook. All right, so actually you notice when I do mobile app, you will get some workbook compared to module 2, right? This one you have workbook. So we will see how to create multiple pages. So if we go back to our how to be a mobile app developer, right? Number one, you learn how to create a UI element. So you focus on one page first. Some of the component or element is generic, element is generic, right? But for React call it component. So for example, all right, you have button component, you have text view component, you have image view component, and then you have text field, I think text field. Sorry, text field or input text reactnative input text. I put no, the text input. All right, sorry. So text input and everything. So that's UI component for mobile app, right? What we did last week. So this week you see, we will at least do 1, 2, 3. Right, we're going to do 3 things at least. Right, number one is navigation. So now only we talk about multiple page application. Right, we talk about you have 1, 2, 3. You have at least 3 pages today. All right. So there are different ways of creating navigation. All right, you have stack, tab, drawer. These are 3 examples. So the perfect, right? I think everyone is on Gmail. So the perfect. I'm opening my Gmail at the moment as well. So you can open your Gmail as well. At least we can. It makes sense, right? If I'm explaining to you, it makes sense. All right. So you see, inside Gmail, all right, at the bottom, you have your email and you have the camera, right? Video lah. One is the email and one is the camera, right? That is called tab. All right. The first tab, email tab. The second tab, meet tab. All right, email tab. Right. So that's what we call a tab. All right. So I will write here as a note so that we can refer it to it later. So use case of. This could be an exam question. I should have put these questions inside exam. So use case of Gmail. All right. So Gmail is you have 2 tab. No, I cannot put this question. This is more UX question. It's not a programming question. Right? So this is more UX question. So at the bottom, all right, all right, you have mail. All right, you have mail, all right, and meet. All right, mail and meet. Meet is camera lah. All right, this is what we call 2 tabs. We have a tabs with 2 items. Right, tabs with 2 items, and you see, both are independent. So one tab does not have anything to do with another one. Right, and then you see these patterns in most of your app. All right, you can. I mean, what else do I have? LinkedIn for Facebook. Let's say Facebook as well. So you see Facebook also you have tabs at the bottom. All right, and then all of the tab has nothing to do with another one. All right, the first one you have newsfeed, and you have watch. All right, one is talking about news. One is talking about our connection. Another one is watch, which has nothing to do with our connection. It's more that it's watch lah, right? It's all everything that's related to video. Then you have pages. Then you have dating. All right, dating has nothing to do with it. You have notification, and then you have menu. Right. So if normally it's independent, right? Independent one to another, right? So for example, macam my app, I think I have news, I have child, I have classes. I think I have classes. Sorry, I have reports. After reports, I will have a lesson plan, right? After lesson plan, I have profile, right? After profile, I have another one is activities, right? So this is the thing that I have for my app, right? So it's independent normally. Another example. And then number 2, all right, you still on your Gmail, still on your Gmail, because Gmail is an example of application that almost have everything. If I open another application, it's not really straightforward. So still on Gmail, you have on the top left, right? You have this hamburger menu. Hamburger menu. If you don't know what hamburger menu is, this is actually part of UI as well. Hamburger menu, hamburger icon. This is what I call hamburger icon, right? That will bring out another menu, right? That will bring out another menu. And then this behavior is called navigation drawer. So normally, right, we have a lot of stuff. Normally, we have a lot of stuff. I also have more things, right? I actually have more things in my app. I have term and condition. I have contact us. Just now you said there's nothing for contact us. I have contact us. I have berat, kilo and everything. Okay. So for that one, dan lain-lain, the others. Normally, either you can use a navigation drawer, all right? Or if you look at Facebook, all right, if you look at Facebook, you see they Facebook different, right? They use the bottom right. You can also put more button on the tab. All right. So more button. Your Facebook use your hamburger, but another one could be ... like this. All right. So navigation drawer is to show, right? To show any secondary page. All right. Secondary page that to show pages that are secondary. All right. Normally this one we do. Normally we show pages that are primary. Right. The common one. Right. What are the most common features of your app? Right, the dan lain-lain, we call it secondary. So now we know lah, right, on Gmail, dan lain-lain, right, the primary, social, promotion, stats, news, importance, send, schedule, pay, right? So that's done like settings, right? Okay, number 3, stack. All right. What is a stack? So you open Gmail, all right, and then you press one of your email. Right, you press one your email. So open Gmail, all right. Open Gmail, all right. Open Gmail. All right. Press one of the email, all right, and then you will go to it will go to next page. Slide from right to left. All right. So these are the behavior of a stack. And then you will notice that there is a back button on top right. Correct? So this is a stack. This is a behavior of a stack. So Gmail is very straightforward, right? Gmail is very straightforward. I can only see it there. But for something, if you want, I'm sorry, I'm not promoting, right? If you want, you can open something like AirAsia, for example, kan? The stack is even bigger with AirAsia. I forgot my if you open something like Lazada, I think everyone might have Lazada, right? Lazada, Shopee, and everything. The stack is bigger, even bigger, right? So I'm doing it on my Lazada. I select a product, then you see there's a stack. After product, I will do add to cart. All right, I select the thing, add to cart. All right, I go to cart, then there's a stack. And then I press checkout. Then you see, I select a thing. You can do it on your phone. I'm doing it on my phone, right? And then I press checkout. Then it moves it. So whenever there's a behavior of that, whenever there's a behavior that the page slide from right to left, and then there's a back button on top left, and then when you press the back button, it goes back to the previous page. All right. So that's another additional thing that the stack has as well. So when I press. Right, when I press the back button, right, it goes right to the previous page. Right, this behavior is called a stack. All right, this is navigation stack. We call it navigation stack. Okay, but if you Google stack, right, you will see things like this. If you Google stack, all right, you will see things like this, kan? Images, kan? Kita masuk. It's actually coming from this concept, alright. So I open one page, masuk, and then I press back, I go out. Right? Press back, I go out. Press back, I go out. Right. So this also is a stack, alright. And the navigation stack is based on this principle. So the navigation stack that I mentioned to you just now, the one that mobile app do, right, is actually based on this concept. Right. I don't want to go in detail on this. I don't want to go in detail on this because as I was because now I keep giving comparison with SLTN and everything.
Right now, children are at risk of starvation because
I will just put it there. Right. This is actually part of the things that you need to do if you want to get the diploma as well. So if you want to get the diploma, all right, in case the 2 years diploma that I mentioned, these are part of the syllabus as well, right? You need to know stack and everything. If not, nanti tak boleh credit transfer to degree and everything. So I'm not going in detail. I've just put it there, all right? So if you're curious, you can watch the video, right? But the word stack in mobile app development means this, right? It's actually derived from a programming concept. Right, the concept of programming is called stacks, the S in data structure. All right, but that one I will not go in details. But yeah, if you're interested, you can watch the video. All right, so that's and then there's another one which is called modal. All right, there's another thing which is called modal. What is a modal? Also with Gmail. So that's why I like to use Gmail as an example. You have this button which is compose. Right? You have the compose button. So open Gmail, press compose. The behavior is different. Right? It will slide from bottom to up. Right? It's no longer It's no longer top to bottom, left to right. It's top to right. And then you have an X button. Normally, it's not a back button. It's an X button to close the page or close to close the page. All right. This thing is called modal. So what is the difference? Just now I was explaining it to you. I was explaining to you. I never tell you when to use it. Tabs clear when you have things independent. Hamburger menu is to bring out secondary things. Stack is used for a flow. So that's why when I give you email is not interesting, right? But that's why I say, okay, let's open Lazada. Right? When you open Lazada, Shopee, there is this flow which is called the purchasing flow. Alright, when you're doing a purchasing flow, for example, tadi I suruh buka AirAsia, right? I suruh open AirAsia. Buying tickets on AirAsia, normally you will use a stack. Alright, because for example, kan human make mistake. You buat what you do booking, and then suddenly I check back. Silap lah, alright. I should not. So I accidentally select the wrong seat or something. I want to go back. Right? So that's why the one that allow you to go back, press back to go back. That is called a stack. Unlike modal normally is something that is independent. This is the flow. This is action. All right, but independent, and normally no flow, independent from the caller the caller. All right, so that's a modal. All right, so that's the different type of navigation that you can see on mobile app. So now I think you should understand when you design a mobile app. So this is actually the behavior. This is actually normally done by UI UX designer. Last week also I was too fast because of the hari tu terhilang ni kan. Hari tu terhilang charger, right? But alright, so if this is normally done by UI UX designer, Udacity, Coursera, not Udacity, Coursera. Alright. So just in case you forget, or just in case I tell this on a different class and then I forget to tell you guys on the class. If you want to know about designing, right? So sorry, not this one. UI UX designer, Google, right? I forgot the word Google. If you want to know about app design, so I went through with you this. I went through with you this thing as well, all right? Which is the different. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I did it with you at 4D1T. I'm sure that I did it with you. 4D1T for this one, huh? Kan, I went through with you, right? So in reality, right, it's not only about developing. What we learn what we learn together is actually only the develop part. But creating an application, a mobile app, is actually a long journey. All right, from define, I call it 4D1T. All right, from define, all right. So define the requirement. Doing some project management, right? You analyze the project, you do contract, legal, invoicing. That's part of the define part. And then design. All right. If you're interested in the design part, this is the link, the recommended link. If you can learn it by yourself. You can, if you want, you can go to schools on design as well. We only cover develop. All right. We only cover develop. And then you have test and deploy maintenance to be we covered a little bit as well. All right. So if you are interested with this, so who make the decision to do tab, to do stack, to do modal, all right, to do navigation drawer, all right. That's actually part of designer, UI UX designer job. But as a developer, we need to know, right? As a developer, we need to know as well. Right? As a developer, we need to know how, from the design, we transform it into a program using the code, right? So that's our job as a developer. All right, but when to use what? Just now I briefly told you when to use what. When to use what is normally it's actually a skill set of a UI UX designer. But of course I already UI UX, I boleh kira tahu semua lah. So that's why I share it with you. But I'm bad at design. I'm bad at drawing. So I'm not saying that I tahu semua. I'm bad at drawing. Okay, so I have this command, all right, that I'm going to put it as a pin. Right. So every time that you have a project that you need to do a multiple pages project, these are the command that you need to run in addition to your expo init, expo create just now. So in addition to expo ini or expo create, so seminggu tambah expo expo create then expo create just now, you need to run this command. Right. So let's do that. All right. So what we're going to do, all right, what we're going to do, I'm going to create a new folder, which is week 2 folder. All right, I'm going to create a new folder, week 2 folder. Inside week 2 folder, I'm going to do expo create nav exercise, right? Nav exercise, navigation. Sorry, expo init. So I always expo init. Nanti I confusing you guys. Expo init nav exercise. All right. And then you select blank. All right. Expo init nav exercise, and then you select blank. All right. You can do that. After you do that, you run this command line one by one. All right, so after you do that, you will run this command line one by one. After you do cd nav exercise, right? You do cd nav exercise, then you will run all this command line one by one. Okay, so can start to do that, and then after this, we will do multiple page. All right, cd nav exercise, and now we'll do npm. No need to copy. No need to write. All right, I can just copy paste. Right, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Number 2, number 3. Okay. Number 3, number 4. All right. And number 5, be careful. Number 5 is this. Number 5 is this. But ini kan, it means that if you want to use tab, then you will have to add tab. Alright, if you want to use drawer, you will have to add drawer. So that's what I mean. Dalam bracket, all the navigation you want to use. Okay, so the last thing is there. All right, the last thing is there. So once you have that, all right, once you have that, you can do back expo npm run web, right? So if you remember last week we did npm run web. Sorry, we did npm run web, right? So once we did npm run web, and then this page will come out. And then kita berhenti sebentar. We just stop for a while. All right, we just stop for a while, so that I can if you need me to help or something, you let me know. All right. So the last command line, after you do that, you will do npm run. All right. Once it's okay, you let me know. Okay, you let me know. Okay, Dayana done. Alright, Dayana done. If you're done, you can open back macam hari tu, just like last time, right? You open Visual Studio Code. Now you open that project. Open the new project. Okay, once you've done this, I think we did this on module 2 as well. Right? We did this on module 2. Okay. What we did is, but I want to follow the book lah, right? Because I want to follow the book because takut nanti separuh I buat tu, separuh I buat sendiri dalam waktu in my otak. Ini pening kepala, right? So I'm going to do, we will start by creating different components or pages of your project. All right. So there will be home, about, and review details. So I'm going to create one folder. All right. So new folder can you do here? You can do here. That folder is called components. Inside that folder, you will create 3 files. The first file is about.js. Huruf besar, about.js. The second one is home. Home.js. The first one is home.js. Home.js, about.js, and then the third one is review detail.js. Review detail.js. Right. So that's how we do it. Right? We start by creating the pages first. All right. So you can do that. After this, we will copy paste from app.js. Similar to what we did in module 2, right? We will copy paste from app.js. Okay, so once you do that, alright, once you do that, I'm not sure ini I tak sempat baca chat. Alright, you just copy this and then you put it on home, for example, and then you tukar from app, you make it become home. Alright, and then this one you can actually delete lah. We can delete it. Style also I can delete. Right, so this is like the basic thing. Alright, the basic thing. Alright, so same thing as well. Mana yang this one when it's blur means you can delete. When it's blur like this means you can delete it. But later I might need to edit lah. Oh, text I can use lah. I can put text, for example, home page. Right. So this is the minimum, right? The minimum to create a page, right, on React. Then I will do the same thing. Right? Normally I do like that lah. Then I will do the same thing. I go to this one. I do about. All right. The about page. I'll do the same thing. I go to this one. I will do review detail. Review detail. All right. So this one will do review detail. Okay. So do that. 3 things first, right? 3 pages first. Okay, give me 5 minutes first. You buat sebab tadi tak tempat kan. I grab food tiba-tiba sampai pula. Nanti I will get the breakfast. Okay, sorry. Everything is okay. Ni kalau apa, if you need reference kan, actually this exercise ada dalam buku, not dalam buku lah, right? I created a book for this exercise, alright, so you can have a reference as well over here. Last time I like to write lah, but now apa, tak ada masa lah menulis, right? Dulu banyak lah masa menulis, right? Alright, so kalau tertinggal, you refer to the book as well. Alright, if you miss it, you can refer to the chapter of a book. Alright. So once you have that, we will create a routing page. So this one is needed if you want to implement stack. This is needed. Alright. Once you have that, we will create a routing page. Create a new file. Call it homestack.js. I just changed. This file is not inside components. This file is not inside component. This is inside the root folder. When I say root folder, it means that I right click here, all right, new file over here, right click on bawah under package.json, and then I create a new file there. I call it homestack.js. All right, then I will do import create stack navigator, right, from React navigation stack. Okay, and then you go there, right, import, all right, create app container, all right, from React navigation, right, import home ni mungkin lain sikit, import home from, right, component dot slash components, alright, slash home, capital home, import about from dot components. You need to pay attention a little bit because slightly different than the book, because the book I put it inside folder screens. Here I put it inside folder components. Import review detail from components slash review detail. Right, so that's ne. Then const screens equals to curly bracket home, right, screen home. Then I have review detail screen review detail. And then I have about, all right, screen about. Then you have const home stack, right, equals to create stack navigator from the screens, and then we do export default create app container home stack. Okay, so this is for the homestack.js. After this, we will go to one more page. Right, we will do something over here. All right, we will do something over here. Okay, kita berhenti kejap, 2-3 minutes, and then after this I will continue. This one, I think this one, just pay attention, the word screens, change it to components, because it's the folder was different. Okay, so once I do that, all right, so yeah, we already did it, right? This is home page. Just make sure that we have something lah. So this is the home page, this is the about page, this is the review detail, at least we know. And then what we're going to do, right, in the home component declaration, sorry, not here, this one, this is in app.js. In app.js, you will replace the entire code. So this one, I don't need it already. I will replace it with just navigator. All right, I will just replace it with navigator. But this one I don't need. I need to add over here import navigator from homestack. Import navigator from homestack. Right. Dia lain sikit pelik. Home. Import navigator from homestack. I think like this, right? Aku macam ingat. Dot slash homestack, right? So let's say if everything is okay, right? If everything is okay, let me see if for me is okay or not. Oh, not okay. No, this is yang tadi is still building. If everything is okay, I should get styles. Where is this? This is home.js. Sorry, home.js. Yang ini buang this style. All the style buang. Home.js. All this style I buang. Actually, I should not delete it. I should copy it, but well, terbuang. All right. So you should have this. All right. You should have this. Okay. So if you have home page, it means that everything is okay. Just make sure that you have home page. Then that's it. After this, we will do the navigation part. Okay, anyone else got it? All right, that's setting up stack. Alright, what we did now just now is setting up stack. Okay, so let's see. So nanti jangan check components ada S komponen ni ada S ke tak? Alright, jangan check Kalau ada S kat sini, so dua ni kena ada S. Alright, so yang ini dekat mana? Homestack.js. Okay, cuba tengok balik. Bandingkan macam tu. Okay, nanti kalau jadi beritahu if anyone else try, you let me know as well. Takut nanti I pun terlaju kan. Alright. Saya ini macam tertinggal satu lah. Kan. Can I see your screen? Can I see your screen? Tengok screen kot. Oh, tak boleh share. How to do React navigation, carries of React navigation. Okay, can you zip the folder and share it to me? Sebab laptop lain. Tapi Slack dengan ni laptop yang sama tak? Slack and any laptop yang Slack dengan ni laptop yang sama. If boleh, so you zip it, you PM me. Nanti I check it list now. Normally tak boleh normally we have to use GitHub and everything. But nanti you ni Okay, the others, if you have problem also, you let me know. Alright, the others, you let me, if you have problem, so you let me know. Tak lazy lah pula. Wait, ke sebab ya, kalau tak, cuba stop run dulu. Ke cuba start shops. So cuba stop run dulu. So Ctrl C je. Alright, Ctrl C je and then cuba stop. Macam mana nak buat macam mana saya nak buat sebab saya tak nampak. Sebab ni, ini je buka ni saya tak nampak. Okey, tak apa. Cuba tengok, cuba run dah stop kan? Kalau dah stop, cuba buat benda ni balik. Cuba just buat benda ni balik just buat benda balik. Takut ada satu tu yang tak habis install ataupun ni sebab dia macam sebab ni it means that this error means it's not from our code, it's from the library. Alright, so cuba buat balik kan, one by one and then run balik. Tengok maybe tadi ada yang tak tertinggal. I cannot check kan, because I cannot check, I tak tahu, tak sure. Buat aja one by one and then tengok balik Okay, so, ni kan. Tak apa, this one nanti dah check. The others also, I will just continue a little bit because kenapa I continue? Because we use book, right? So if anything, you can just refer back to the book. Nothing, okay. Everything ini orang lain, alright. So the next step is I want to show you how to move from one page to one page. Alright, I want to show you how to move from one page to one page. So in the home page, I will add this line. Alright, in the home page, I will add this line. Alright, so I will add a button. This one we saw last week. And then I will do when the button is clicked. So this is called go to about page. Alright, so when the button, oh, bukan macam ni, title, I just follow that. Button, title, go to about page. Alright, when the button is pressed, so when the button is pressed, right? Okay, normally I will do console.log, but actually the code is here. Alright, the code is here. So the first thing that you need to do inside home, inside the declaration here, you put navigation, right? And then you will do navigation, right? Navigation dot push. I don't know why this is navigation dot push dot about lah, not yeah. Dot about. So, but I think I mix things up. This is for review. Maybe there's a two button. So navigation dot push dot about. So if everything is okay, all right. If everything is okay, my thing go to about page. All right. Then I will about page. All right. Go to about page. Go to about page. All right. I think the second exercise. Then do it and go to review page, review detail, maybe push review detail, right? So same thing, I will have the second button, review detail, right? Okay, so that's how I go from one page. And this is this is exactly how I describe it, right? There's a back button on top left. It's appearing now. You don't see that, right? Because it's a browser. But if you're watching it from the phone, then it's appearing from left to right. Yang ini biru-biru semua ni you just leave it ada because that's the problem with button. Very hard to add styles. If you want to add styles, you don't touchable opacity. Okay, any other issue? Then okay.
Cikgu, I boleh share screen boleh?
Kan?
Dia keluar error macam ni.
Dah buat dah yang ni. Dah buat dah apa? Injection.
Ya, dan ni kan, sir.
Yeah, this one. Sorry, tengok screen I. Yang ni. Curly bracket ah, bukan bracket. It's a curly bracket.
Mana, sir?
This one, the one that I'm highlighting now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Dia ada curly bracket. Okay.
Curly bracket ah, it's not a bracket ah. Injection.
Oh, okay. Cantik. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, anyone else has any problem? I think that's is there anything else? Is there after this passing data, right? Passing data. Okay, if you nanti kau sempat, right? If you are done, just add another input text here. Right, we have seen last week. This week today we learn theory. Today you see if when I do my app class, right? I will always have two classes. The one is doing theory, and another one is doing the practical. All right. How do you know the difference between theory and practical? Because normally does not make sense. You don't create an app. Ini app apa kan? You ask me, what app are we creating? No, this is the theory part. All right. You create nonsense app. All right. But you have to understand the concept, the steps, and everything. So that's important for mobile apps. Tomorrow, then you say, oh, tomorrow you will create something, right? Tomorrow you will create app reminder what to do, right? So tomorrow you will say, oh, it's nice. You will see like, nicer lah, the app that we created today, right? Because tomorrow is then only you create from real project. Today is just a theory, right? You have to understand how to do what. Remember the step, what to do first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Macam tadi kan, right? Don't forget to do this, then only do this and everything. Right, so that's that. So the first theory that we learned today is creating the stack. Right. Second theory is opening a new page. Opening new page from in the stack. All right. Now we are entering the third part, passing data. Right, passing data to new page. Right. So it's exactly the slide that I presented last time. Right. So what I want to pass something that you enter from an input. Right. So over here I will have text input. All right. And then inside my text input here, I will add it here. Stack is, you're gonna baca ni balik stack is this navigation, right? This is stack. This navigation the stack is a subset of navigation. All right. So tomorrow I might want to do modal. All right. Tomorrow I might want to do tabs. So it's a subset of navigation. So after that, text input, placeholder, enter your name, style. We'll do like this. Pad margin bottom, margin bottom equals to 8, for example. Right. So now, all right. So now you will have an input. All right. You will have an input. All right. So if you want this one, we don't care about the UI first. We don't care about the UI first. Some more tadi I terbuang kan const style. So but basically we don't care about the UI first. Tomorrow only then we take care of the UI and everything. And then we do the same thing as what you saw last week. All right, we are going to get the data. You could use state, and over here, for example, I will use const name set name. All right, equals to use state single quote. And then I will put value here. All right, value equals to name. And then over here, I will do on change. Kadang-kadang I'm not ashamed. Kadang-kadang I lupa tau because I sometimes I do other language, sometimes I do Flutter and everything. Okay, on change text equals to bracket on change text. This one I remember. All right, change text. This one equal to set name text. I can do like this as well. Okay, so this is getting the data, right? Getting the text entered by user, and I save it to my variable name. After this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass the name to the second page, and the name will be shown on the second page. All right, this one cannot check lah. There is no way for us. Well, I'm not sure. You can we check? I'm not sure we can check something. Text is not defined. Oh, I tertinggal error. Right, just make sure I can, yeah. Then after this only then after this only we can check. Now nothing happened. Just make sure that there is no error. After this we can check. All right, we can see if everything is okay or not. Okay, nanti sama juga same thing if you miss anything you can refer because you can refer to the book as well. So the last thing, all right, now just now I'm creating the input. After I create the input, all right, I'm going to pass the data. Right. How do I pass it? I pass it like this, right? On the second parameter. What is the parameter here? So I will go inside my about page. All right, I will pass curly bracket. So this is an object. All right, I will pass name as parameter and I will pass name which is coming from here. Right? Kalau biru mean is coming from here. I will pass on the second parameter name, not comma, square, double dot. Right. I will pass name. Name is the parameter. Right. And then this is the data that I will pass. Right. The data that I will pass is name, right, which is coming from here. Right. So this is somewhere on step 9. Right. So step 9, this is how I pass the parameter. Step 10, that is how I get the parameter. All right. So step 9 is how I pass it. I berhenti kejap, I stop for 1-2 minutes, and then after this I will go to second page and I will get the parameter. Okay, 2 minutes done. All right, I pick up about.js. So I pass name to about.js, and then now I'm going to retrieve. Sorry, because normally it should be on about.js, alright. Buku yang salah. Buku yang salah, because review.js review.details will be something else that we're going to do after this. All right, so I will do navigation. All right, so same thing. I will use navigation. I will add a text here. I will add a text here, and I will do here navigation dot get param, or navigation dot get param name. All right, so navigation dot get param name. So once I have that, all right, so what is your Muzaffar? All right, go to about page. All right, maybe lah, right, if I want to go hello Muzaffar, hello Muzaffar. All right, so Muzaffar, go to about page, hello Muzaffar. All right, go back, Johan. All right, so I have hello Johan. All right, and so that's how you pass data from one page to another page. This will be a questions as well. for our friend, for our old friend of Faiz and Walid and Amirul. So they're going to take exam. So this is part of the questions that are going to be asked on the exam. How to pass data from one page to another page. Okay, anyone managed to do it? Tunggu sikit. Set param. I never use it. I don't think has. So I don't think have. I never use it lah anyway, right? So if you ask me, I never use it. But if I never do use it, ada, right? Ada. So ada. So yeah, that's what I say. If I never use it, doesn't mean that tak ada. Right? It's just I never use it. I always set the parameter like this. And then I think I went to you also, right? There are language that I'm a practitioner. There is a language that I'm just using for teaching, right? So React Native is one language that I'm not a practitioner. All right, I only know it because I'm teaching it. All right, but if you only but I'm not a practitioner. All right, because normally kan you have two camps, right? One is Flutter and one is React Native camp. All right, normally I'm actually Flutter camp lah. I only know it for teaching purposes. So sebab tu kalau kadang-kadang you ask me, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Tapi now we know lah, tak ada. Okay, any questions for this? Any questions? Okay, so this is just FYI. Just now I was talking about stack. Stack. There are dua benda. There are two things. One is stack, the data structure stack. Right, the data structure stack is something that people might ask you in interview. Something that all the other guys also need to learn it. Alright, so so yeah, something like that, and then what's familiar is there you have the word push and the word pop, something that you're familiar with. When you see the word push and pop, who can remember? Who can tell me? Except for today, who can remember when did you see the word push and pop? JavaScript already, all right, correct. So that's that's where you see the word push and pop. All right, so push and pop. It is based on last in first out. When I teach the guys also, and this thing is very useful. So my, I'm I start to think that all these are important. All right, all these are important, but I don't want to like right, you at this all at the same time. All right, if I push you all at the same time, I ask you to learn all this, then after imagine these are all the things that you need to learn on module 1 normally. All right, and then on module 3 you will see the implementation. Kalau tak dia, well, a lot of people give up on module 1. All right, so when you are free, all right, when you are free, you can have a look, right, because what we see is actually an implementation of stack, right? You see the word push, right? Push tu maksudnya masuk. Alright, I want to put the new page. Alright, I want to put the review page inside my box. Alright, push the review page. Alright. put another page, put another page, put another page, put another page. All right, so that's that. You're going to stack the page is stacked one to another. All right, so you imagine just now, all right? You imagine, let's say that we are talking about booking, right? So you open Shopee, right? Product list page, dia masuk dalam stack. This is product list page. After that, you have product detail page. It's go inside the stack. After product detail page, then it goes to add address page. Masuk dalam stack. After add address page, masuk lagi, alright, masuk lagi booking page and everything, right? So that's stack lah, alright, stack, that's stack. And then lawan push ialah pop, alright. So if you do array also the same thing. The lawan, the opposite of push is pop. All right. Bila pop, then it goes out from the stack. All right. Then it goes out from the stack. All right. So that's the word. So same thing. Other than push and pop, dia adalah pick, is full, is empty and everything. But that's FYI only. Yeah. That's FYI. This code is actually, who knows what this code is? Yeah. Who knows what this code? This is actually in C, right? This is in C. The example that they give in C, but if you stack in JavaScript, right? So it you can always find stack in stack JavaScript stack data structure. All right, JavaScript. All right, so you can always find it in JavaScript as well. All right, so that's the concept of stack. So let's say that so this is the article. These are the article. So let's say that now we have this button. All right, we have this button. Back button. All right, we have this back button. But let's see, in some scenario, for example, tomorrow what you're going to do, you're going to create a new page. Inside this new page, you will have form, right? You have a form. After user input in information inside the form, then it will go back to the previous page. All right. So you don't want user to press the top right, top left button. You want it to automatically go back to previous page after user press the add information, add button. Yeah. So if you want that case, then you have to pop it. Right. You have to pop. You want to go to the previous page. It means that remove the thing from the stack. All right. So what I'm going to do, all right, I will do same thing as well. I will do here button. All right, so title is like this. All right, title. All right, go keluar. All right, go back. All right, go back. All right, go back. All right, and then on press, when this button is pressed, what will happen? All right, I will navigation dot pop. All right. Dia bukan remove, dia bukan delete, dia bukan go back. It's actually navigation up. Button is not defined. Why button is not defined? Because I forgot to import. Every time I have to import. So Muzaffar, go to about page, right? Go back. All right. So if you want to go back, so using the principle of stack. Right? If you want to go back to the previous page, you pop to the previous page, and then you will see this in most of mobile development. When we talk about when I say that, I'm saying about iOS, Android. So you will see this notion of push and pop appears on other language as well. Okay, so kita berhenti kejap. 1-2 minutes. After this, we have last topic. All right, the last topic is to create a list. Right, you already see the example, the questions there. The question is there. All right, you already see it, but we will see it right after this. Okay, last, creating a list. All right, creating a list. If we go back to my thing, my kitab, right, my path of being a mobile app developer. All right, so we have done here passing a data from you have forward pass. Kita main bola. Oh no, forward pass is apa? American football. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if American football boleh backward pass. Kalau rugby backward pass. Forward pass means passing from page A to page B, right? Because there is another thing which is called backward pass. Right, you pass data from page B to page A just now, right? So that's that backward pass. But at least we covered forward pass already. We covered one of it, which is stack. Right, tomorrow you will see the implementation of stack, forward pass. The last thing, right? The last thing is showing data on the list. All right, as I mentioned, today is a theory day. Today you learn theory. Tomorrow you will see everything. You will put everything inside one project, right? So tomorrow's project is called To-Do app. Right, your To-Do app. Same thing, almost the same thing as the one that we did in module 1. All right, now I'm going to pass data. I'm going to show a data on the list in flat list. In React Native, this is called a flat list. All right. So in React Native, you're going to use it inside a flat list. Right. So we will do it in review detail. So that's why I rasa macam salah, right? Because review detail is the one that I should show the review, right? So inside review details, I will start by creating the review first, right? So I'm going to create. This is creating the data, okay, creating a reviews, right? A reviews. So for example, all right, the first, you know what is an array of object, right? An array of object. So for example, I think I'm answering to these questions, right? I'm like answering. If we look back at my book, all right, if you at my book, I'm actually answering to these questions, all right? You will create a list of reviews, name, rating, and review. So name, right? Danny, rating 3, right? Review, right? The class is so. All right, then we have a second student, all right, over here. Then I will do Susie, all right, name Susie, and then I will have rating 4, have review. All right, and yeah, I love how the presenter presents the topic. All right, so once I do that, save it. Command Shift F, right? Sorry, the Option Shift F, right? I want to make sure that everything is aligned. Option Shift F. All right, so I can add any berapa banyak review I want also, okay, right? If I want Muzaffar, all right, Lim, excellent. Okay, so that's the first step, right? So you see how you have something like this, const data, right? Const data. Okay. And then what you are going to do next, you are going to do, semua susah lah sini. Alright, I'm going to do a flat list. Alright, so sorry, buku susah sangat. Not buku, reference lah. I'm going to create a flat list. This flat list I will create it here. So flat list like this. Right? When I create a flat list, I will have to do two things. Number one is I need to put data inside the flat list. So my flat list will have a data. What is the data of my flat list? It's a reviews, right? So these reviews will be the data of my flat list. All right, so I follow here. Then, secondly, I will have render item. All right, render item. Render item. All right. It will look like this, curly bracket. Then it will look like bracket, curly bracket, curly bracket. Bracket, curly bracket, item. All right, bracket, curly bracket, item. And then arrow. All right. And then bracket. Okay. And then barulah I buat view. All right. And then I can do text. All right, and then I will do, for example, item dot name. All right, I will do one thing. I will do one first. All right. So once I do that, all right. Once I do that, let's see what happened. I will go. I think adalah. I might forgot to import. Danny, Suzy, Muzaffar. I will see the name here. Right. And I can add one more thing. All right. text item name, item.rating, right? And then I can add item.review, for example, item.review. Right, that's how you do it. All right, yeah. Tomorrow I will teach you also how to read this. All right, but today you can just follow me. All right, I will. I think it might be. It's not straightforward. All right, it's not straightforward. So I will screenshot for you. All right. So later, right, if you need to open mata tu besar-besar sikit, then you can always refer it to from the screenshot. All right. Okay, I will do one more thing. All right, I will do one more thing, and then after this you can compare the code because I think you need time to compare it as well. One more thing, the last thing that I'm going to do is I nak dia cantik macam ni ya. So this is just creating the flat list. If you want it to be nice, then you have to copy the styles, right? You have to copy the styles. Okay, just copy the styles, all right? Just copy the styles, letakkan dia. I will just put it at the bottom. All right, normally I put normally I put it here, all right? And then I have to import style sheet, right? Style sheet. Right, so the one that we need is this one. I think is item. So this one, view style, all right? Styles dot item, right? So ini tak apalah container. If you want, you can put view styles dot title. All right. So this is where you have the thing. All right. Now you put the style. Ada typo, right? So the item.review. Okay, so that's about it. You take your time, and then try to see, make sure that the flat list comes out. Right? Just make sure that the flat list comes out. Any questions? Do you need any other screenshot from any part? Ini tak payah, ini. Okay lah, boleh lah. And then the style, right? The style. Boleh lah, right? Boleh lah. Flat list untuk API. Flat list is to show any repeated item. Alright. Flat list is to show any repeated item. In another word, dulu you cakap beri table. So a table is actually in reactnative is called a flat list. So a table in reactnative is actually called a flat list. Kita sebut table lah, but actually it's actually a flat list. Nanti if you go to another language, you go to Flutter for example, then it's not going to be called flat list, or it's going to be called something else pula. And then you see in three more weeks. Okay, ada soalan lain? Okay, once you do this, I want you to macam Diana, right? If you still have problem, nanti you PM I, but I need you to do something, which is I need you to upload the project in GitHub. All right, so I want you to remember that when you go for interview or something, and you need to show a GitHub lah, your GitHub, right? So today whatever that we do this week, all right, I please upload it on GitHub, all right? And Diana, kalau tak jumpa problem tadi, upload to GitHub and share me the GitHub link, all right? Tadi macam ni ya. We did it in module 2, all right? We did it in module 2. If you forget, you let me know. If you forget, then we will recap it tomorrow, all right? If you let me know, then we can do a recap tomorrow. Yes.
Masuk ke GitHub tu macam mana?
Masuk ke GitHub using a git init, git add, git commit. You remember that?
Pasal dulu belajar buat Heroku kan, so Yang ni direct ke GitHub tu.
Oh, okay. Tak apa, tomorrow I will remind you.
Okay, sir.
So sebab just make sure that the React Native tu jalan lah. Alright, we don't want to push thing yang benda tak jalan. Alright, so later tomorrow once the thing's done, we will do together. But the command line is the same. Git add.git init, git add.git commit. That one is the same. You just get back that slide or something if you forget. But tomorrow I will show you for GitHub. Any other questions?